We in this thing. We out
Let's
here
do it.
today.
Let's go.
What's going on with you, fam?
Nothing much, man. I'm ready for the season to start. Training camp's over. Roster is set. It's a good day.
Yeah, man. I'm out here today, man. This is Akeem. We out here with the 49ers Empire, and I am with my boy
This is Blair
Blair.
Coates.
Yeah. We out here, man. Hey, it's a big week for us, man.
Huge week. Can't wait to see it, man. The product.
Yeah. Huge week. We got big game this week. You know what I mean? We got a game that I feel like we can definitely win. But I was reading something. They was talking about they was going like we was going to be upset. We was on upset alert.
Yeah, a lot of I guess quote unquote experts, they're kind of dogging the 49ers. They think that we're gonna for sure have the Super Bowl hangover. They're saying that we're gonna regress based upon, we're replacing DeForest Buckner and Sanders with two rookies. So, the Niners have something to prove once again.
Wow, we got to come out there and show something, man. I'm a little disappointed today, man. The reason why I'm disappointed, man, well, it wasn't just today. It was when it happened. I'm just talking about this 53-man roster.
Yeah,
I don't think we really understand like the magnitude of Juan not really making the 53-man roster, man. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's unfortunate. I think that dude is a product, man, and I think he's just a diamond in the rough. But I will say this. I do believe that out of everybody that was on the field with him in that receiver room, I do believe he probably was one of your slower receivers, and he was having a difficult time getting separation. Now, I think that probably turned Kyle Shanahan off because you have a lot of rookies out there on offense, or not a lot of rookies, but you have a few rookies and a lot of unproven players. And I think Juan Jennings just not getting away from corners that kind of turned some of the Niners off.
Yeah, he ran about a 4.7 for what I was told. You know what I mean? He was a big guy. Wasn't really, I guess we looking at speed.
Yeah,
I'm just maybe I'm just not a Dante Pettis fan, and I think that's what kind of turned me a different way. I don't know, man. I'm looking at this 53-man roster. I'm looking at Kevin White made the practice squad. I mean, so he was cut.
I know.
So we don't all those guys that we was looking forward to, especially the energy. I'm looking for the Tavon Austins, and I know he's hurt.
Yeah.
But really think about it, man. We kind of going into the season. I mean, they saying Debo's going to play. They're saying Debo's going to play, but how healthy is he going to be? He hadn't really got too many reps, right?
Right.
So let's talk about that, man. Let's talk about what is Jimmy Garoppolo going into on the season, week 1, with we got Debo Samuels, Brandon Ayuk, probably the third receivers, probably KB or probably Trent Taylor. They're probably going to rotate a little bit because I heard Trent Taylor had an outstanding camp, which is very impressive to me. And I'm excited about that, man. So what do you think Jimmy Garoppolo is thinking? Because chemistry-wise, no preseason games. Then his receiving core is kind of coming in limping.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Garoppolo, I know exactly what's in his head. He wants to run the ball and get the ball to George Kittle and let everything else unfold. I mean, that's going to be his bread and butter. It's just as much as I and other 49er fans love Debo Samuel, once again, like you just said, man, the dude's coming off an injury, coming off a surgery for your foot. What can you realistically expect from him week 1? Brandon Ayuk, I heard he has a tremendous catch radius. A rookie he's never played it down in the NFL. He has no idea what to expect. I think Jimmy G, I think he should be nervous. He should be nervous. Like you just said, you don't have any continuity because there's no preseason. So you can't work out the kinks. It's literally working the kinks out on the fly. like I said from the beginning of this, he's going to dump that ball off to one of the many running backs, and he's going to look for George Kittle early.
Yeah, and I mean, we still got the jet coming out of the backfield. We still got Kyle coming out of the backfield. I mean, we got weapons, but what I'm nervous about, and I'm hearing Jimmy's doing very well in the goal line type of situation. Goal line during practice, he's just like doing great. He looks a lot better. I really think this first game, Jimmy G is going to have to be the guy to lead us to where I believe that we're going this year, which is the Super Bowl. So I think he's going to come out, make a statement, throw for 350. They may stuff our run a little bit only because they're expecting us to probably come out and pound the ball heavy, which will probably have some opportunity. George Kittle still unguardable.
Yeah.
I think he may be top 3 player in the NFL. If it wasn't quarterbacks around, I mean, this guy would probably be coming into the season without MVP discussions. I mean, he's just that good, impactful of the team. But if you look at Jordan Reed, I think that is where we're going to have to take advantage of opportunity with Jimmy G. Is a double tight end set, 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. What are you thinking?
You took the words right out of my mouth, man. Jordan Reed, that is going to be your Swiss Army knife. I think this season. I think previously it's been Juszczyk, but I think now you're going to have to go with Reed. Why? Because people are going to start doubling on George Kittle. Wouldn't you? I mean, you're a defensive coordinator. Wouldn't you, if you know that Jimmy Garoppolo's security blanket, the one person that can kind of get the ball going in the right direction is George Kittle, wouldn't you try to find a way to stop that? And so my thing is, you have Jordan Reed. He's a problem. Like this dude, he's an absolute problem. And I think you got to kind of trick some of the defenses. I think you go to Jordan Reed one time, and I call the exact same play and go to Kittle for the second time, just because it's going to be difficult for Kittle to get that separation. Now, some of these other receivers, which I think KB is going to come in, and I think he's going to do great things this season. Some of these receivers, they're going to have to get separation. So Jimmy G is not throwing it in so many tight windows, trying to thread the needle. We need that separation. So then when you do the play action pass, now linebackers aren't doubling down on your tight ends. Now they're on their heels a little bit. So I think Kyle, and this is going to be Kyle's year. I mean, he kind of got things cooking last season. Imagine what he's going to do now with that confidence coming off that Super Bowl run.
I think you made some great points, man. I think Kyle is going to have to call a great game. I think he's going to call a great game. I think he's going to have an opportunity again to show the world how great he is. And I think he's top 2, top 3 coach in the league. I mean, I'm only saying that because of his scheme and how he makes everyone better. I mean, look at Matt Ryan since he's left, right? So just look at what he's been impactful. That whole program is about to be blown up because Kyle's left. So really think about that and look at our development of our players and people around us.
Yeah.
I'm going to season with high hopes for our offense. I'm thinking we should average somewhere around 27. We averaged 29 last year. So we should average between 27 and 32 points in this year, because I just think you got to remember Jimmy G's more comfortable. He's took the brace off. He's just looking real sharp.
Yeah, he's looking like a veteran quarterback, man.
Yeah, he's looking real good. And I just want to see. There's a couple things going into the season I want to see offensively. I really want to see our screen game more because I believe they're going to blitz Jimmy. I think they're going to blitz Jimmy a lot more this year to see how he handles pressure, because in the Super Bowl, they blitzed us a lot in the fourth quarter late. And people don't really understand Jimmy did not look high level in the last 4 minutes of the Super Bowl. I'm glad that's not our last football game after this week, though, because I've been sick for a whole entire year, man. So give me your thoughts on some of the things, or who needs to step up this week.
Who needs to step up this week besides Jimmy G? I would like to see McKinnon come in, and I don't need him to come and be Adrian Peterson, his first couple handoffs or screen passes, but I definitely want to see him make a few cuts, get tackled, and see him get up and try to do it all over again. Who else do I want to see really, really bad step up? Charlie Warner. So I'm hearing a lot of talk about Charlie Warner. George Kittle is praising Charlie, right? Everyone is saying that this kid is going to do amazing things. I want to see him come out, pancake someone on the block, and come off of a play action pass and give me a first down. I want the hype to catch up to some of these receivers, because they're saying that you can run a 3 receiver set with this group. You got Reed, you got Warner, and you got George Kittle, and they're saying all 3 of them can catch the ball. So I'm excited about that.
I'm very excited. I'm a little worried about. I just want to see what our protection looks like week one. Without preseason, without reps, I don't think people understand. Like, I enjoy preseason. I've coached football for about 16 years, and I couldn't imagine not having a scrimmage set up before, to see different looks. And what we did in high school, what we did was we set it up like, I have a wing T team at the camp. I have a spread team at the camp. I have a balanced offense at the camp, to kind of get looks on how we can protect that up front. I think protection should not be a issue throughout the season, but week one, we may be like, whoa, hold on. Why are we mishandling the ball? What happened to the blocks out there? We had no scrimmage or nothing. And defenses are always like at least 2 weeks ahead of the offense. So I'm worried about our front protection. I'm worried about the decision making from Jimmy the first week only.
Yeah,
I believe he's a star, man. I like Jimmy Garoppolo, and I'm happy he's our quarterback. He does nothing but make us better. He's done nothing but make us better throughout the whole entire year. So I think offensively, those are some of my concerns.
Yeah, and those are real concerns.
Those are real concerns. Like, I know that Kyle and them are such professionals. They're gonna make sure that we are better for it. The Cardinals are going to come out and try to hit us in the mouth, and this is a big game for them. So if we can beat the Cardinals week one, which I think is a playoff team this year, the Cardinals we probably have 3 teams out of our division. We have the best division in football. So we'll probably have three teams out of there: Cardinals, us, and the Seattle trash Seahawks.
And that's why this game is incredibly important. And a lot of people look at week one and they just think it's not that big of a deal. Let me tell you why it's a big deal. This is in your division. Okay. And like you just said, all the teams I think are solid in the NFC West. A lot of it's going to come down to one game. It's going to come down to one game. You lose this game, you're going to be playing pickup for the rest of the season. The Niners absolutely they don't have to come out and dominate anyone. They don't have to come out and embarrass Kyler Murray. They don't have to do any of that, but they have to definitely win this game.
Yeah, they got to come out and win, man. And I think we got to win kind of convincingly.
Yeah. So Jimmy G, I would love to see Jimmy G. Like you just said, if Jimmy G throws for about like 330 and some change, and he could drop maybe three touchdowns, man,
I think that's a statement right off top. And I don't want to hear any of these. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I'm on Twitter, and I try to follow nothing but my empire. But man, if I get some hecklers, I'm gonna be blocking a lot of people, man. It's one thing I can do some things in regards to my Giants. My Giants not looking that great, but I cannot take my Niners losing and people talking mess.
Yeah, me too. I'm a sore loser with the Niners.
Always
have been.
Let's talk about always have been. Let's talk about the defensive side. Let's talk about pros and cons. One of my concerns is I don't know who is going to get the nod for the starting corner other than Richard Sherman. Like we obviously know that Jason Verrett's there, and I heard he's having an outstanding camp.
Yeah.
I heard he's fully healthy. Then we got Akello Witherspoon. which I don't believe is starting because I'm hearing rumors. I'm sorry. I was hearing rumors about something about a trade.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I heard that wasn't really true. So the good thing is that wasn't true because I like Akello and I think we should give him another opportunity. But I think E-Man should be starting, and that's just my opinion. And I think we should rotate Jason to kind of see what he got.
Yeah.
I think that's my concern. But also, I want to see Kinlaw. So
Oh man.
that just the reports you sent me, I read it, man. It was hard for me to read. It was hard for me to read. And matter of fact, let me open and said, face it, 49ers, Kinlaw isn't ready for the NFL. I read this article.
Yeah.
And I read this article, and in this article, it was more of just his technique, his NFL readiness. It's just not there.
Yeah.
So I'm concerned. I want to see him play. DJ Jones, I want to see my boy DJ in. I do believe Kinlaw's tripping. He can come right in. I'm sad to see my boy Ronald Blair starting off on the Pope list.
Yeah.
I was like, man, come on, man. I don't know what's going on. My boy Ronald Blair, man. Like, you tell me it's been a whole year and he's not healthy yet? That's
That makes no
concerning.
sense.
That's concerning.
And it might be some long-term stuff going on with him.
I hope not, because I think he's a hell of a player. He helps us out a whole lot. I hope D4 restructured his contract. That was huge for us. Freed up $19 million in cap space, which I don't know what we're using for that. But D4, that was a great move. Him and Bosa came to practice today.
Yeah.
Which is great. Fred Warner being out.
What's going on with that? Yeah, so how's that going to work out?
He's on the COVID list, so he has to wait 14 days before he's available, and that just won't make our week 1 roster.
So he's not out there week 1.
Not that I know of. I could be mistaken, but what I read was that we're gonna have to probably wait to see him to another week. And Fred Warner is probably one of my best players. As you can see in the background.
Yeah,
one of my favorite players in the NFL. Him and Nick Bosa and these boys.
Ooh, that changes a few things. Fred Warner not being there, yeah,
a lot of things. Hopefully, I'm wrong, but yeah, those are my concerns. And I think overall we should be all right. I just don't know up front without D-Buck, are we going to be so dominant like we have been? Hopefully I'm wrong.
Yeah, no. I don't think that you're going to see that dominant front in the beginning. I just don't think you're going to see that. And I'm concerned about runs between the middle. That one gap run, I'm fearing that for one reason. We did terrible against the run all last season up the gut. We terrible.
We was number 15th in the NFL.
And then so now you lose your middle guy and you're replacing him with a rookie and some other players. I'm concerned about that. And I'm also concerned week 1, we got to be disciplined. Like as great as Nick Bosa is, a lot of times he doesn't stay home. Okay. He doesn't stay home. And so if you remember, man, Murray was outside every time. Fake it outside. Jackson did the same thing. Fake it. And they kept going outside. I know we're going into year 2. So hopefully, and from a technique standpoint, there's nobody on this team that has more technique than Nicky Bosa.
Yeah.
But he's going to have to stay home when we're playing these mobile quarterbacks. And I think he's going to have to step up even more. It's crazy to ask this guy to step up even more because you lost Defoe. You lost Buckner. You lost that stud in the middle. So you're going to need your guys on the outside to go even harder than they went until Kinlaw picks up the speed. And I think that guy will. He's big. And I understand technique. He doesn't have the greatest technique. But, man, let him sit there for a little bit. Let him bang a little bit. I think he'll get it.
Man, I'm just a little nervous about Kinlaw, and hopefully he can show me something. Maybe he's a gamer, and
Yeah.
some of the reports I was reading are not true. Let me go through this practice squad list again.
Phenomenal list. Kyle Shanahan is a genius.
He did a good job. I mean, Deion Jordan,
Dude.
he's a dude. Joe Walker. People don't know who Joe Walker is. I know who Joe Walker is,
Yeah.
but he's actually a pretty great prospect. And then Dante Johnson. Is he a forever 49er?
Yeah.
Dante Johnson is a forever 49er. I'm telling you, he's been
Yeah,
with
he
us.
stays around.
He stays around for a long time. This just Jonathan. What is this? Jonathan, the safety.
Safe friend. Yeah. That's an interesting one.
Hey, that's an interesting one.
Because he's a vet.
He's a vet, but we do have Jimmy Ward. This injury is. Yeah, he had a fresh year last year. And then we cut DJ Reed early.
Yeah.
A while back. So, and I know we got Marcel Harris though. I know Marcel is still on the squad. But he's kind of interchangeable. He kind of plays. He could probably play free and strong. So if that's his, Jakarski targeting him, stay healthy. Back there. But
it's an incredible list. I mean, from top to bottom, I mean, you have receivers on here that went in the first round, and I know that the rules have changed where you can have these amount of players on your practice squad, and Kyle Shanahan took full advantage of that. Look at Kevin White on this list, man.
Yeah. And that's huge.
I mean,
and I think maybe he's there because he really didn't know the offense too much, and it's kind of a little complicated. And then he has to get acclimated.
Yeah,
I mean, that right there takes a lot, man. And I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I think that's an uphill battle. It's an uphill battle with our wide receivers being activated this year because I think we got so many on our depth chart that's going to be pretty good, and they stay healthy.
Yeah, and look for Juan Jennings. Juan Jennings is on this practice squad. Juan Jennings has a legit opportunity at some point in the season to hit the field. Calling it right now. He has a legit opportunity to do it because they like him. He just was slow.
So let's talk about some of your surprises, man. You got down here Jeff Wilson Jr.
I was surprised.
I don't know, man. I love Jeff. I'm telling you, I had Blair from Fourth and Goal podcast. Shout out to them, man. He had a podcast last year right before the season, and he was like, players that have been cut, do they deserve to be cut? And I was like, Jeff Wilson Jr. I was like, he didn't deserve to be cut. He should have made the team. And of course, he was, he got on me. He was like, yeah, man, he deserved to be cut. He's out of there, whatever, just jokingly. And like throughout the season, when he got activated, he was scoring touchdowns. So I tweeted him like, oh, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, cut. 2 touchdowns. Here goes one more. Then when he won against the Arizona Cardinals, I was going bananas. So I think he's pretty versatile. He's a physical specimen. He had some fumbling problems in his rookie year that I understood the reason why they couldn't really. I mean, if you're gonna be a part-time back, you better be able to take care of the football. And I think that was why Matt Breida wasn't as valuable towards the end of the season. They couldn't really put him in. They were afraid of his fumbling, man.
Absolutely. And that's why I was a little surprised when Jeff Wilson Jr. made the team, especially with the depth that you have at running back. But you make solid points. And people don't realize this. His catch against Arizona is what won that game. You don't have that catch, you lose that game. Okay, the whole season, tables are turned. So that was a surprise to me. And then this Azeez Al-Shaair. You have so many linebackers on this team. I'm just surprised at how he made this 53, especially over you got some players that were cut. And so it's just, that one surprised me. I mean, the Jeff Wilson wasn't that big of a surprise, but yeah, Azeez was.
He's been around. I think this may be his 3rd year.
Okay.
So he's been around, so he knows the system. And I don't know if Fred is playing. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how that situation is working. But I don't know, man. I mean, I've seen him. He's all right.
Okay.
I think we got a good line. I think we got the best linebacker core in football.
Yeah.
I think we have the best linebacker core in football. I think we have, without D Buck, I think we have probably the second to third best D line in football.
Who do you got number one?
It's a toss up for me because the Chicago Bears defensive front is really, really good too. I mean, if you look at him, I mean, with Khalil Mack and Big Boy in the middle, I don't know. I mean, they're pretty good too. I'm just worried. We have the best pass rusher in football with Nick Bosa, but I think if D Ford is not healthy, we can be into some trouble.
We were when he was out, we were in trouble.
Solomon Thomas, we'll see what he got. This is his year, make or break year. So we'll see what Solomon Thomas has. We'll see what he can do. We'll see what Solomon Thomas can do this year. Let's talk about some of the guys. Give me your top three, if you have three. It can be 1, 2, or 3. Give me your top 3 guys that really, really need to show you something this year, or you believe that we need to move on.
Sure. Right off the bat, Dante Pettis needs to show me something in the game. Right off the bat, he has to show, like, he's doing good in practice. I'm reading that he's doing good in practice. He has to show me something that in the game, or I know he's going to be gone. Who else has to show me something? Oh, well, we already know Solomon Thomas. Solomon Thomas comes into camp 15 pounds heavier. They said that he looks great just playing on the inside. Once again, all great words. Sounds nice. He's another one that's going to have to show me something, or I know he's going to be gone. And I know this person probably doesn't have to show anything, but I just think at some point he's going to be moved. Tevin Coleman. I think Coleman's going to be moved at some point during the season. I don't know why. I think
he's a beast.
I think he's a power back, but I don't think Kyle Shanahan necessarily loved having him. I think he was a need. I think Kyle Shanahan wants to throw it a little bit on the outside to his running backs. So he's another one that I think is going to need to come in. I think kind of really show his value. And I get, he's a 3-down back. I get that, but he's going to have to really show his value for this current roster. Who do you have?
I think Akello Witherspoon is he has to come out and show me that he can compete at this level with the Niners. I mean, maybe the scheme is wrong for him. I think he's a football player that can play in the NFL.
Yeah.
I like the kid. Like I said in my past episode, I actually coached against Akello Witherspoon in high school. He's in Sacramento, California. He played at Christian Brothers High School, and we actually coached against him. And it was a war. We went to the section championship that year. Yeah, it was a great situation. So I got love for the kid. I just like for my squad, like he's not doing it for me, man. He's getting cooked.
He's always getting cooked.
He's cooked. Second one is Solomon Thomas, man. I think Solomon Thomas needs to play at a very high level for me. He needs to play at a very high level for me. I haven't seen it, and he has not shown it. He showed spurts.
Yeah.
Spurts, but he's not consistently shown it. Another one that I think that we need to put on the radar, and of course is Dante Pettis. But I'm gonna say he's an honorable mention.
Okay.
Yeah. So this guy that I think Jimmy Ward. I love Jimmy Ward, but Jimmy is never healthy. He had one healthy year and we gave him money. He needs to stay healthy for me this year, or we need to trade him in the offseason and move on. get a young free safety. I know they got one out there in Miami that's really good. No, not Miami, Syracuse. That's really, really good. And we just need to move on because he's taking up a lot of cap space with that contract. And if he's not going to be a person who's going to come in and he should be on a Pro Bowl level right now. We drafted him really high, man. People don't understand. He and Jakarski Tar, they both was drafted really high. So we need production from these guys. Those are the three guys that's on my radar right now. Dante Pettis is always on my radar because I think he is. After that first year, he disappointed me. He kind of went downhill. So I'm gonna see. I'm gonna really see what they come out with. I'm looking forward to Sunday. Man, I'm looking forward to Sunday, man.
I can't wait.
I literally cannot wait till them boys come up out of the locker room. I'm looking forward to seeing the Raiders lose. I'm looking forward to seeing the Seahawks lose. I'm looking forward to seeing the Rams lose. And then when we kick the Cardinals' butt, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna start marinating my meat Thursday night after the game, man. We got another show coming up on Thursday, man. I think it's gonna be good. We got a guy coming in from 97.5 The Game, and I think it's gonna be a great show. I really enjoy talking to other guys who follow the Niners and see their viewpoints and stuff like that. So I think it's gonna be a big show for us. But I want to talk about let's talk about week one. Give me your prediction for week one, expectations, maybe some yards here or there. Give me what you got on Arizona Cardinals.
Week one, I think Jimmy G, and this is really what I believe. Jimmy G gives you about 336 yards passing. I think he gives you about 3 touchdowns. I think McKinnon walks in for a touchdown. I think 21-13 Niners, obviously. I think Murray has a decent game. Okay. I think Murray's not going to have that same level of success as he had the first 2 go-arounds. Why? We have tape, and I think this defense has matured. Yeah, we've lost Defoe, but the defense as a whole has matured. Yeah, 21-13 Niners. Jimmy G is on his way to having a phenomenal career or a phenomenal season. 3 touchdowns, 336 yards passing.
I salute you. I got Jimmy G throwing for about 375.
Nice.
And I got him throwing three touchdowns. But I really think we're going to win 32-24. And I think Raheem will run for about 86 to 90 yards around there. Depending on him, I think George Kittle will have a phenomenal game. He may have 110 yards receiving.
Man, Buda Baker, watch out, Buda Baker.
Yeah.
That should be interesting.
I think so, man. I think Reed too is going to make adjustments to our offense. And he knows Kyle's offense. He's skilled. I mean, I'm fired up, man.
Me too, man.
I can't wait. I just see it coming. I see the game, and I'm gonna break it down. And after the game, we sometime Sunday night, I think we should get on and kind of talk about what we saw, maybe some adjustments going into next week's game. And man, I'm excited, man. I know we got another show Thursday. Make sure you guys go over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions, concerns, if you ever want to come on the show and kind of talk sports, talk 49ers with us, we'll love to have you. My name is Akeem. This is Blair. We're going to always keep these lines open for you guys to talk to us through Twitter, through Facebook, over Instagram. And we're just here to talk 49ers, man. I'm telling you, once this thing amps up, man, you're gonna see us a lot more, a couple days a week. We're just gonna be going in, just giving you guys as much content as we can, collaborating with other podcasts that's on. And I'm just really excited to be a part of the Empire, man. I grew up in San Francisco, born and raised. And I've been a 49er fan since, I was born. I was born in this.
Oh my goodness. I say that all the time.
I was born in it.
People always ask, they're like, man, so how long you been a 49er fan? I say since 1989. 49 since 89. And just like you, I'm so fired up. Like anyone that's close to me knows I love the 49ers, man. And I've sat through the Niners losing 2 Super Bowls. Okay. I've sat through that. Yeah. I am more than fired up to see us get back out there, man.
I really hope Robert Saleh is ready to go. I know he had a great season last year. And I know he's a guy that, that lives off energy. There will be no fans. But hopefully he can bring that energy for our boys, man. We really need that.
Yeah. And he has a test on his hands week 1. Like, he struggled against mobile quarterbacks. That's just what it is. I think a lot of defensive coordinators do, but he wasn't.
It was really evident though against us.
Yeah, we didn't look good at all. We looked terrible. Like, we did not look dominant at all. We looked like a completely different team. I'm looking for Robert to mature in his position and to know what Arizona is possibly going to do based off the tape. Give me a dominant performance. I mean, you're the reigning runner-ups. You know what I mean? Practically your whole team came back. You got to come out and show me something week 1.
We just got to get it, man. We got to see it, man. I missed this one here, and I think this is a good question you posed here. Is there a competition for the number 1 wide receiver? I think that's a great question. I don't know if anybody can beat out Debo though. I think Debo's our number 1. Well, really, George Kittle's our number 1, but he's actually a tight end.
Yeah.
So, but Debo is going to have to play the X. So Debo, I don't know. I think KB will be the 2. And then I think Brandon, well, maybe, I don't know. Brandon Ayuk may be 2. And then KB may be the slot receiver. I think he's special over the middle. And I think, with his athletic ability, high balling on the ball. But watch out for Trent Taylor, man. I don't know how. I can't even say it enough. Like, I'm so happy he's healthy, and this young man just worked so hard. And I know his heart has been crushed last couple of years with these injuries he's suffered. So hopefully we can get him going and get him in, because Jimmy G loves him, especially on third down. When he was playing with Jimmy G, our third downs, we are here. We
lighting it up.
Yeah. So I think that's a good question.
Should be interesting. Man. Yeah, that should be interesting. And the reason why I asked that was just I started to think about it. I mean, as great as Debo did, I mean, okay, let's break it down. Debo, he had a lot of yak, right? He catch the ball, you know what I mean, and he ran for a lot of bubble screens and things like that. Now, a number 1 receiver. Now, when you think of a number 1 and everything a number 1 does, there's some deep balls, there's some mid to, those mid-range balls. It's a body of work. And I just think with only 1 season, I think there is a competition. I honestly do. I don't think Kyle Shanahan is, vocalizing that, but I honestly believe what we see, throughout the year is going to really determine who that number 1 is. And I think if Brandon I don't think Kendrick Bourne will be your number 1. I don't think Trent Taylor will ever be your number 1 either. But I do think if Brandon Ayuk is your deep threat and he's catching the ball consistently and he's going over the middle, I don't think it's as clear as we would expect at who's your wide receiver 1. But yeah, going into the season, it's going to be Debo. If he's healthy, it's going to be Debo until proven otherwise. But that Brandon Ayuk, man, that catch radius, it's a thing, because you got to spread the needle. You just have to, and you have to go deep to win these games. I mean, We seen Debo. He went deep. There was maybe one or two, especially that Saints first pass. That was deep, but that's not his game. And I don't know if you could be a number one with only bubble screens.
I can agree with that. I'm just looking forward to seeing some type of merge, because I think Debo is a elite receiver when he's out there. I think he needs to be complimented by somebody like George Kittle, though.
Yeah,
he can't just naturally get open.
Yeah, which is
he's so physical. So I hope hope he doesn't re-injure himself. I think we need him for week 1, so I'm glad he's available, man. He's like Wolverine, man. He healed super quick.
Yeah.
Super quick, man. I swear he was gonna be gone. They talking about for a month. They were like, "Oh, he's gone for a month."
Yeah, and I seen videos of him making cuts and everything. That dude, man, a dog, man. That dude's a dog, man. And so I cannot wait to see this product. I can't wait.
Okay. Well, all right, man. We're gonna get up out of here, and I had a great show with you, like always, man. We're gonna double down on this, though, man. We got one Thursday coming this week. You guys tune in. Got one of my homeboys coming on to the show. This from the game. Locally, Bay Area radio station that covers the Niners, the Giants, San Jose Sharks. I mean, they cover us all, man. So we ready to have this conversation, man. Yeah. I really appreciate this guy coming in. But we definitely get it on Thursday, man. And we are out, brother.
We're out. Go Red Gold.
Niners.